In this video we will learn how to integrate JointJS Plus with Svelte. So to scaffold our project we will use Vite with npm init Vite. Then it will ask us a few questions. The first to name our project, so we will call it Svelte JointJS Plus. Then it will ask us which framework we want to use. We will choose Svelte, and lastly we will use the TypeScript version. Then we will change into that directory. Now we can open our code editor and look at the project files. So you should be presented with a similar folder structure like so. And the next step is to copy the JointJS Plus installable package to the root of our project folder. Afterwards, we can add the JointJS code to our dependency. So if you open package.json, you can copy the dependency here. So on the left, you have the key, which is the name of the package in node modules. And on the right, you have the path to the file. You may see this name in some of our materials, but you can call the package anything you would like. So we can call it JointJS Plus for our example application. The next step is to install the dependencies, so we can run npm install. After that is finished installing, we can look at our scripts in package.json and see that we have a dev script, so let's try to run that. Now the application is running on our local host, so we can open it in our browser. So this is the example Svelte application. Before we begin our JointJS Plus application, it's time to clean up the base application a little bit. So if we open app.svelte, we can delete basically everything in this file between the script tags. Also in our main tags, we will delete everything too. On our main tag, we will add one class of app. In our style tag, we will also delete all of the styles, and we will import the JointJS Plus CSS in the script tag above. And again, whatever you called your package in node modules, you can update the name here too. So we called it JointJS Plus. If we look at the source files in the sidebar, we have a lib directory which we don't need anymore, so we will delete this too. Next we will open the main.ts and we will change the target attribute to the document .body. In our index.html file, we can remove this div element too. We can also remove the styles in app.css too. Now we can add some basic styling to the application. So on our body, we will add 100 viewport height and 100 viewport width and remove the margin and padding. Then on the app class we created, we will add 100% width and height. So this will be the parent container of our application. And lastly, on the JointJS paper, we will add a simple border too. That's pretty much the basic setup completed. So now we can get started with the JointJS code. So first we will create a reference. So this reference on our main tag will allow us to access this DOM element. In our app.svelte component, we would like to run some code when the component mounts in the DOM. So to do this, we will use the onMount function, and after our reference, we will run this onMount function. To get started with our diagram, we can import the relevant code at the top of our file, changing this package name to whatever you would like to. In the onMount lifecycle function, we can create some of our JointJS Plus components. So first we create a graph, then paper with some familiar options, and lastly we create the paper scroller instance too. We also want to render the paper scroller. So with the reference we created earlier, we will append the paper scroller to it. Then we will render the paper scroller and also center too. So when you save the file, you should see that the paper scroller or JointJS paper becomes visible in your application. For any diagram, you need some basic elements, so we will create a standard rectangle with some options that you can see here. Then we add the rectangle to the graph, and lastly we unfreeze the paper as it's in async mode. So when we save our code, you should see that the rectangle element appears in our diagram. That's all it takes to create a simple application with JointJS Plus and Svelte. If you would like to look at the source code, you can visit our website jointjs.com, and you will find some Svelte tutorial which you can view there. So thanks for watching.